What's up, YouTube? Shadow Phoenix here, and today we're going to be looking at the OP kits for Yu-Gi-Oh! Battle of the Millennium Month 6 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Series 3. Now, I tried to start recording this video and something went wrong. It just stopped after about 13 seconds in. We're already past that, so I know it's now recording. So I went ahead and put the Millennium items in, which just looks gorgeous with all those in there. Zoom in. Well, not zoom in, but focus. And it does look really pretty. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay, so, just for knowledge's sake, because I do have 2 of each, this is the Millennium Rod and the Millennium Necklace. There we go. These things are tiny, as usual. So, first things first, let's look at the items. The Millennium Rod. This character can use mind control and telekinesis, both only to target a single opposing character. When it uses either, give the hit target an action token after actions resolve. That could be very well used, especially with AVX Professor X. That's really good. And then Millennium Necklace. This character can use probability control. Once per turn, if the result of this reroll is a critical hit or a critical miss, you may reroll again. This is a use during either turn. So, like, if your reroll is a critical miss, I'm going to reroll it again. If your opponent's roll is a critical hit, I'm going to make you reroll again. That's pretty good. But yeah, all of these on here look pretty gorgeous. I'm so happy to finally have the complete dial. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera around. Hopefully without butting anything. I'll check after each character. Make sure that this is still recording. I have yet to... Now, prior to this video, the only things I opened were the maps, which are over here. We'll do both of them at the very end. First figure up, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now, I know a lot of people had their reserve about this thing. This thing's actually really good. Oh, card. Alright, let's go ahead and sleeve that first. I always... For this video, I'm sleeving everything as I go. Or the cards, at least. Come on. Out. Yay. So happy when I found out that, no, these are going to come... that he was going to come in one of the, like, the larger plastic things like Exodia is in. We'll get to that in a minute. That he's packaged the same way that the Chase was. I was very happy to find that out. Okay. So, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, he's pretty naked right now. Give me a second. I want to see that first click on how this turns. Yeah. So other than on that first click, he's still pretty bad. Go ahead and plug him together. He is the basic sculpt. I did look into that. Mine's kind of warped right now, so his wing's kind of off, or the Chase one that I have, but he is the same figure. I want to make sure you guys can see that. We'll put him right here. I can't believe it. I was so excited to see the dial when it got spoiled, I think month 2 or 3. Just the dial. I was like, oh, he looks so good. And then to have his abilities that go equally as good. Okay, before I go into Cypher, let's make sure that this is still recording. Yes, it is. Oh. Oh, there we go. Oh, he is so pretty. Me and my roommate today will be playing a 2,000-point game, and I'm going to surprise him with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scenario rules. Oh, shoot, I forgot to go over Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon's ability. I'm sorry about that, guys. So, going back to Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Neutron Blast Line. Give Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon a ranged combat action. And choose the row or column that Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon occupies. So, in other words, you have your column and your rows. You pick one. The area effect of this attack includes all characters and all squares within range that are occupying the chosen row or column. Okay, so I thought it was just the entire thing, but that's fine. Each hit character is dealt 3 damage. Now, he has 3 targets, but all of them are... he also has an improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not awful. Slifer the Sky Dragon, how I love you. You are very pretty. Going back to Blue Eyes Ultimate, this is something I keep forgetting to do. So he has the fusion ability. He's a flyer, standard attack, indomitable, 9 range with 3 targets, so it's pretty good. And he is a giant. He finally got the symbol he deserves. Now, finally getting into the meat of Slifer the Sky Dragon. He is, well, he is great. We've got a few things to go over here. So we'll start. He's got flying, he's got standard attack, standard defense, 9 range with 2 target. He has a special trait, actually he's 2, and he has the colossal ability. So we'll put him here. So, for Slifer, legendary strength. When Slifer the Sky Dragon targets an opposing character that has no action tokens with an attack, give that character an action token after actions resolve. Super good. Divine. Slifer the Sky Dragon, his divine ability is basically the power cosmic. So, Tim, roommate, it didn't fully record when you said hi before, so say hi to everybody.
Hello, my nerdlings.
So divine is basically the power cosmic, just in the form of a special trait instead of a team ability, which is kind of silly. I would have liked to see them give him a team ability. Moving on. Thunder Force Attack. If Slifer the Sky Dragon makes a ranged combat attack that targets a single character and hits, after actions resolve, it may make another ranged combat attack as a free action, targeting a different character within 5 squares of the first character, regardless of range or line of fire. I know, we all know WizKids is going to re-rule this, that it's, you only make a total of 2 attacks, but going off of words, as long as they're in a row, you can hit one dude, hit another, hit another, hit another, and so on and so forth. That's pretty good. And then Lightning Blast. When an opposing character is given an action that moves or places it from outside 3 squares to within 3 squares of Slifer the Sky Dragon, modify that character's combat values by -1 until your next turn. This power can't be countered or ignored. When we get to the maps, I will re-go over this. Promise. So, as far as figures, pieces, and everything go, that's month 3. Or that's Yu-Gi-Oh! HeroClix Battle of the Millennium month 6. Slifer is amazing. Slifer is everything I wanted and more. Now we move on to Series 3 OP Kit Exodia. I have yet to actually really dive that well into practicing with this guy, so... I mean, I know his abilities, not by heart, but I know his abilities, I know that he's got a great dial. So, sleeve the card... Oh, I pull out 5 sleeves, I guess not. He is now sleeved. Well, the card is. Now, when I first picked him up, I didn't notice this at first until I got home, went to go ahead and set everything up for video, and then had to go pick up my roommate from work. But I had noticed he comes in a plastic sleeve, and his shell comes around it, and inside he comes in another plastic sleeve. Mine has 2 trays. I have 2 small trays. That's funny. See if I can get that back on there for a second. And now, first time holding Exodia. Oh my god! Where is... Let's use Valkyrian. Tim, hold Valkyrian. Okay?
I have 2 pieces of plastic.
That thing is weighty. That is amazing.
Yeah. Not bad.
Oh, you can even hear it too. That's fantastic. I'll give you a thud. Alright. so continuing on with this video, Yugioh the Forbidden One is...
It feels weightier than movie
Oh my god, it is! That's insanity.
Than movie Lego Optimus.
That's insanity. Alright, so he starts off, his top dial, he's unique, just like Slifer. Standard movement, standard attack, he's indomitable, 12 range with a single target, and is colossal. With good reason.
Yes, I am.
Shush you. Alright, so his special trait, Breaking the Bonds. Yugioh the Forbidden One begins the game with 5 broken bond tokens on its card. While any broken bond tokens are on its card, Yugioh the Forbidden One can't be targeted, moved, placed, attacked, or damaged. During the beginning of your turn, roll a d6 that can't be rerolled. On a result of 2 to 4, remove 1 broken bond token from its card. On a result of 5 to 6, remove up to 2 broken bond tokens from this card. Yugioh can't be assigned relics or resources. I want everyone to understand that, including you for later today. That means he cannot be... the only thing he can do is attack. That's all he can do. He can't be attacked, but he can attack. And with 12 range, it's pretty good. The bonds are broken. Yugioh the Forbidden One can use Sidestep, but moves 3 squares instead of 2. Yeah, that's going to be happening a lot. Later on, he gets a special attack trait called Obliterate. Give Yugioh the Forbidden One a double power action, and choose a square within range and line of fire. When you do, Yugioh the Forbidden One can use Pulse Wave as a free action. Oh, excuse me, as if it occupied that square. If Yugioh the Forbidden One targets more than one character in this way, its damage value becomes 3 and is locked. Done. Done. Game over. His final special thing he's got here is the most powerful monster. Yugioh the Forbidden One ignores all but 1 damage dealt to it. This power can't be countered or ignored. And let's see here, how long does he go before that? Oh wow, so he's like Slattern. Every other click, that pops up. Until click number 10. After that, he's just got Impervious. That's fantastic. That's scary. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what these 3 next to each other look. By head count, Yugioh is taller than Slifer. That's funny. That's funny. Like, that's funny. Alright, so we're gonna go look at the maps. Let me grab Yugioh and Slifer, for the sake of Slifer's thing. Actually, just grab both cards. Alright, so first up is the map for Month 6, Battle of the Millennium. This map is gorgeous. You know, you got your 2 starting areas. But it looks like up here, you have a huge defensive area. You got catapults of hindering terrain, and then it just bounces off down here. It should serve as an interesting playfield. It's not as good as the last 2 maps prior to it, but I like it. It looks like a fun thing to do. We'll see. We'll see. However, Series 3, we have a double-sided Yu-Gi-Oh! Map again. This is Toon World. Outdoor. Starting area. Elevated, and elevated. But it's all over the place, and I love it. I love it so much. Can we play on this map?
Alright. Oh my god, I have a valid opinion.
You do. You get to roll and pick a map if you win the roll.
Yeah, we can play on Toon World, I don't care.
But the flip side is Labyrinth Wall. I wish they had put the ruling on here that characters with the flight trait for movement are instead land-based. But what's really nice is it looks just like the Labyrinth Wall we saw in the show. Well, when it first popped up. when I first saw the image for this, I went ahead and rewatched that episode, and it is, I mean, it's a little smaller wise, like in the width area, but from the starting area to starting area, it's about the same size, and I have no issues with this at all. This is one of my favorite maps by look. Now, as promised, I'd go over how Slifer's ability works. So let's say Slifer's right here. Yeah, just stop moving for 2 seconds. Oh, there we go. Now, let's say Exodius here. Exodius sidestep ability. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So, he stays outside of that 3 square limit. Now, if he were to, say, move again, he's now within that 3 squares. All of his abilities become modified by -1. That's how that ability works, because I've seen a lot of people ask, I have no idea how this works. This is confusing. Well, now you know. Alright, so that's it for this. See you guys later in the next video. Tim, it's complete. Peace out, Cubscats.